online class, and today we will continue with the last topic, neurofibroma. So in last topic we have done that what it is actually. Neurofibromas are benign tumor and they arise from the connective tissue of nerve sheaths, and clinical features we have done. Today we will take the types of neurofibroma. So basically there are, the first is nodular neurofibromas, second is plexiform neurofibroma, third is generalized neurofibroma, then elephantiatic neurofibromas, then cutaneous neurofibroma. So 5 types of neurofibroma we will discuss. First, take the nodular neurofibromas. So nodular neurofibroma, there will be a single nodule presentation. So in clinical features you will notice a single nodules, and that will be firm, tender nodule or tumor. Firm, tender nodule. And the very important point to remember is that in general features we have seen that the swelling will move in the direction of the nerve fibers, but here in case of nodular neurofibroma, this nodule or the swelling will move not in the direction of nerve fibers, but it will move horizontally or perpendicular to the direction of nerve fibers, and there will be tingling, numbness sensation. So the second type is plexiform neurofibromas. Here the nodule will attain the enormous size, means it will grow very huge, it will attain the big size. Along with that enormous size, the skin will get thickened and will hang. The skin will get thickened and will hang. Skin will hang down. Along with there will be myxomatous changes, and there will be erosion into the deeper tissues, bones and orbit. This orbit area. So there will be erosions in the deeper tissues, bones and orbit. Beside this, there will be myxomatous changes. And this plexiform neurofibromas occur mostly or along the distribution of fifth cranial nerve or along the distribution of ophthalmic division of trigeminal nerve. So this plexiform neurofibromas will occur mostly along the distribution of fifth cranial nerve or the ophthalmic division of trigeminal nerve, and this nodule will attain the enormous size, means it will grow huge, and the skin will get thickened and will hang down. And beside this, the dangerous part is that there will be erosions in the deeper tissues and bones and orbit area. The third variety is generalized. Now what happens in generalized? This generalized neurofibromas can occur anywhere in the nerve distributions of like cranial nerves, spinal nerves or peripheral nerves. तो जहाँ पे cranial nerve, peripheral nerve and spinal nerves का distribution है, वहाँ पे कहीं भी ये हो सकता है, and this occurs in the whole body. So there will be multiple tumors in the body, and this is further categorized into two two types. The first is called von Reckling-Husson disease. Von Reckling-Husson disease, and the second is called acoustic neurofibromatosis. Neurofibromatosis or neurofibromas. So the generalized neurofibroma can be subcategorized into two types. The first type is called von Reckling-Husson disease. Second is acoustic neurofibroma. Now, what happens in von Reckling-Husson disease? This generalized neurofibroma is actually autosomal recessive disorder. So it is a genetic disease, and this is autosomal inherited disease where the mutation of genes occur. So in the von Reckling-Husson disease, there is genetic mutation of 17 chromosome. And in the acoustic neurofibromatosis, there is genetic mutation of chromosome 22. So what happened in von Reckling-Husson disease? बहुत ही important point है. Do remember that in case of von Reckling-Husson disease, there is coffee colored brownish spots. जो स्पॉट्स कहलाते हैं, एक टिपिकल नेम है उनका, क्योंकि कॉफी कलर्ड है तो कैफे और लेड स्पॉट्स. कैफे और लेड स्पॉट्स एक टिपिकल नेम दिया है क्योंकि ये कॉफी कलर्ड ब्राउनिश स्पॉट्स मिलते हैं von Reckling-Husson डिजीज में, जहाँ पे जेनेटिक म्यूटेशन है क्रोमोसोम 17 का. तो यहाँ पे पूरी बॉडी में cranial nerve, spinal nerve and cranial, spinal and peripheral nerve के डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में जहाँ भी कहीं मल्टीपल ट्यूमर्स हो जाते हैं बॉडी में. एंड बिसाइड दिस देयर इज coffee colored spots which are typically known by the name cafe or lead spots. So what happens in this generalized neurofibroma, क्योंकि ये सब नर्व्स के डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में हो रहा है तो जो स्पाइनल नर्व्स हैं दैट विल गेट कंप्रेस्ड. सो न्यूरल कॉम्प्लिकेशंस हो सकती हैं, क्रेनियल नर्व्स पे भी ट्यूमर्स हो रहे हैं तो क्रेनियल कुछ भी न्यूरोलॉजिकल कॉम्प्लिकेशंस हो सकती है. बिसाइड दिस देयर कुड बी पैरालिसिस ऑल्सो, क्योंकि compression होगा. Then in acoustic neuropibromas there will be multiple tumor formation and the tumor will in the जो nerves हैं, nerves के अंदर जो Sichuan cells हैं and fibroblast है वहाँ पे भी tumors formation हो जाएगा in acoustic neurofibroma, जहाँ पे 22 chromosome का genetic mutation हो रहा है. So this generalized neurofibroma is an autosomal inherited disorder. So it is categorized into first and second type. The first is von Reckling-Husson disease and the second is acoustic neurofibromatosis. Then the fourth type is elephantiasis neurofibroma. So इसमें क्या होगा? Tumors will affect the limb. So limb will get affected and there will be thickening of the skin along with the dryness and pores of skin. So skin will get dry and there will be thickening of the skin and limb is affected. This is also genetic. So this will give the appearance of elephantiasis, जो एक elephant leg का एक resemblance देगा. वो leg that जो affected leg है that will get very thickened, skin will get thickened. Then the fifth type is cutaneous neurofibromatosis. Now what happens here? The tumors will affect the whole body, but the skin, you will not get noticed by the skin. Skin is normal, but there will be multiple small nodules. There will be various small nodules, and this will affect the whole body. And these nodules will arise from the terminal ends of the cutaneous or the dermal nerves. So These nodules will arise from the terminal ends of dermal nerves. Besides this, अगर स्काल्प में बहुत ज़्यादा नोड्यूल्स फॉर्मेशन हो जाएगा तो वहाँ पे एक टर्बन ट्यूमर कहलाता है, जब बहुत ज़्यादा ट्यूमर्स हो जाते हैं स्काल्प के अंदर. दिस अराइजेस फ्रॉम द टर्मिनल एंड ऑफ डर्मल नर्व्स. सो जब बहुत ज़्यादा स्काल्प में हो जाएंगे दिस क्यूटेनस न्यूरोफाइब्रोमेटिस, तो उसको कहते हैं स्काल्प में जब हो जाता है टर्बन ट्यूमर. Then treatment is very simple, as this can I forget to mention the complications. So complications, as these are benign tumors, but there could be cystic degeneration, there could be hemorrhage in the tissues, then there could be sarcomatous changes. Now sarcomatous changes होगा तो क्या होगा, there will be secondaries in the lungs, so lungs will get affected. Besides this, there will be erosions in the deeper tissue and the bones orbit. Then there will be muscular atrophy. Then ये जो nerves हैं, cranial nerves, spinal nerves, ये compressed होंगी तो क्या होगा, neurological deficit होगा. And there could be paralysis. So these are the complications. हेमरेज हो सकता है टिश्यू में, बोन्स में डिफॉर्मिटीज हो रही है, मस्कुलर एट्रोफी हो रही है, कंप्रेशन हो रहा है स्पाइनल नर्व्स का, तो पैरालिसिस या न्यूरोलॉजिकल कॉम्प्लिकेशंस हो सकती है. एंड बिसाइड दिस सार्कोमेटस चेंजेस. Although these neurofibromas are benign tumor, but later on that can converted into the dangerous condition. Sarcomatous changes हो सकते हैं. Now treatment. As no use of keeping these tumors in the body, so better to excise it. So we'll remove it or excise it. Then excision is very simple because these tumors are encapsulated. तो कोई ज़्यादा complication नहीं होगी, as these tumors are encapsulated, so will get easily